Hi guys, today is day 4 of my 12 days of Christmas nail art, a new nail art tutorial every day up through Christmas. These 10 designs plus 2 additional manicures, and today we're going to be working on this adorable little snowman. So if you'd like to see how I did him, just stay tuned. For the snowman on my index finger, I've got a base coat applied, and then for my base color, I'm going to be using L'Oreal Ocean Breeze. For the snowman, I'm actually using maybe even the most colors of anything. For the actual snowman, I'm going to be using Alpine Snow. For his coal, I'm going to be using Black Onyx. For his nose, I'm going to be using Orange Punch. And for his scarf, I'm going to be using Elisa. So, starting out with the white, I kind of went back and forth on, if I wanted to actually include him in a snowy sort of an atmosphere. And I did a couple tests, and I like the way he looks with snow behind him. So, I'm going to take my smallest dotting tool and lay out a little bit of snow, and that's going to be the first step before I actually do the snowman. Just a few flakes that will show up in the background and just kind of randomize them. And once you have those, I'm using the end of my striper brush as a dotting tool, and I'm just going to dab his head on there. Maybe could have gone a little bit higher, but I'm going to put a hat on him too. And then I think I'm going to use a brush for this. I'm going to go ahead and draw in his bottom, his body. And if you want to try and fit 3 circles on your nail, you can. I thought that I would stick with 2 because it just seemed like it fit a little bit better. Now the bottom, I'm not worrying about being completely round because I'm also just going to fill in a little bit of snow at the tip of my nail so that it looks like he's basically sitting in a snowy lawn, and make sure that he's white all around. So that's the easy part. The tricky part I was having was getting his buttons and his face on so that he didn't look really weird, basically. And so I decided to go with kind of when I was doing him straight on, he just looked really kind of funny to me. So we're going to go at a little bit of an angle. And so for his buttons, I'm going to put them just down the side like this at a curve so that it looks like you're kind of standing to his side. And I think next I'm actually going to put on his hat so that I don't put the eyes in a spot that turns out to be awkward for the hat. He's getting just a little top hat, and I'm just using my dotting tool kind of like a paintbrush to create that hat. And you could make it like super tall if you wanted to. I'm just making it kind of regular sized. And for his eyeballs or eyeball, it's kind of up to you, depending on if, like me, if you make him a side view, how much of his, whether you see one or both eyeballs. I'm going to stick one on there and one over there. That doesn't look too goofy. I'm going to do his nose before I attempt to do his mouth and hope that the nose turns out okay. I've had a little trouble just because it's at such a small scale and wasn't working out very well with my small brush. So I went and decided to just use a toothpick. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that orange and kind of start dabbing his nose on there. Like so. Not bad. This is actually turning out better than all my tests so far. And I think I'm also going to use that toothpick to do his mouth, just so that his mouth doesn't get too big. And just put in a couple dots for a mouth. Lastly, and optional, is to give him a little bit of a scarf. And I am going to, if I can find it here on my desk, go back to my small brush, and with the red, just gonna go in right at his neck, right under his mouth. Try not to cover up the mouth, that'd be bad. And have a little tail waving in the wind, and the other tail kind of just draping down the side. Looking at him, I think I need just a couple more kind of snowflakes at the very top. Then I'm going to let it set so that it doesn't smear, and finish him off with a top coat. I was actually maybe the most worried about how the snowman was going to turn out, but he actually turned out to be one of my favorites. And I only did a couple tests, and maybe a little hard to see here. I think I'm getting some glare. But you can see that both of these snow people are kind of malformed. They look like they've been maybe melting in the sun for a couple days, but for some reason, perfect timing on my nails, he turned out really adorable. So let me know which one is your favorite so far, or maybe you're looking forward to one of the upcoming designs. But let me know down in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.